Hi, everybody, and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Nancy Byrne, and we are in the KCLV TV studios. You know, every year around this time, we pause to remember the Southern Nevada peace officers who were killed in the line of duty. The ceremony is held out at Police Memorial Park on West Cheyenne. Well, the ceremony is always moving, but this year's ceremony was even more so because it included Metro Officer Charleston Hartfield, who was killed in the October 1st shootings.
Tonight, memories, admiration, honor, and love. It is a special time for us all to gather together at this beautiful park in this celebration of the lives of so many, way too many that we've lost. Too fresh are the killings of Soldo and Beck, our officers. Brown, too sad are the losses of far too many of all of our law enforcement sons and daughters. 1 October was the wrong way to put Las Vegas on the map. We certainly were brought to our knees, pierced to the very souls by the loss of Charleston Hartfield and 57 other beautiful people who never had a chance for one more day, for one more chance to say, I love you, I care about you, or goodbye.
We have no idea why these men and women left us so early. All we know is that they sit at the right hand of God and they're protected today. And that's why we're here tonight. And that's why we keep coming here every year to say their names out loud, to remember who they were, to remember what they stood for, and to make sure that the family and friends know that we will never forget them.
Ready! Aim! Up! Ready! Aim! Up! Ready! Aim! Up!
If you'd like to visit Police Memorial Park, it really is a beautiful tribute to our peace officers. It's located at 3250 Metro Academy Way, which is really right off of West Cheyenne before you get to the 215. Well, the October 1st shooting was a common thread in our annual El Dorado Parade. As Jennifer Davies shows us, survivors of that shooting joined together with first responders for the parade in a show of unity, love, and strength.
At the annual El Dorado Parade, you can always count on seeing things like Mayor Carolyn Goodman and former Mayor Oscar Goodman in a pink Cadillac, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue's Big Red, high school marching bands, cowboys, horses, and more. But this year, the parade was also Vegas strong. October 1st survivors and first responders were invited to walk in the parade together as a show of unity and healing. Terry Davis is a survivor of October 1st and joined others in the El Dorado Parade.
It's just a great opportunity to show Vegas that we still are very much in support of our first responders, and they are still very much in support of us.
Terry says that keeping the memory alive for the victims is incredibly important for survivors.
I'm walking in memory of Bailey Schweitzer. She was 20 years old when she passed at Route 91. Just trying to put her positive light out there. There's a hashtag out there for her called hashtag Live Like Bailey, started by some friends and family. And so I've tried to carry that here in Vegas for them since they aren't here.
Survivors are linked together by one important message, trying to make something positive out of this horrific tragedy. And that's why city officials felt like their participation in a time-honored Las Vegas tradition was so important.
But there are 22,000 of us who have decided that not only does love have to win, but positive has to come out of it. We have to make a difference in our world.
For City Beat, I'm Jennifer Davies.
Vegas strong.
Thank you so much, Jennifer Davies, for that story. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we've got some city business to take care of. We're going to tell you how you can keep your kids busy and energized this summer, and we're also going to take you to a very special birthday party honoring some of our residents in their golden years. Wait till you hear some of the stories they have to tell.
Congratulations to the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month, Sidney Noyce. Sidney has been a valuable member of our planning department since he began working at the city 2 years ago. As a Planner 1, his key roles include working to collect citizen input on proposed city ordinances. Sidney's ability to clearly explain complicated planning issues to the public is invaluable. He's made great strides in improving department outreach to the public and has managed multiple stakeholder meetings. At the city, we are always striving to be transparent and make sure our residents, businesses, and visitors have all the information they need or want from the city. For his role in making sure we achieve that transparency, we tip our hat to Sidney Noyce, the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month.
Welcome back to City Beat from the KCLV TV studios. Well, there is still some time to get your kids signed up for one of the many great summer camps the city has to offer. Whether it's adaptive sports or sharpening up your camping skills or maybe taking day trips to raft or hike, the city has it all planned out for you. Here's more on how you can get your kids involved.
Each year at the end of the summer, you can find the Summer Camp Olympics here at Veterans Memorial Leisure Services Center. And you can always tell by the enthusiasm in this gym, the summer camps were enjoyed and will be forever remembered by the kids. But this is not a time to talk about the end of camp. It's time to talk about the start of another great summer. While some of the camps are already full, there are still plenty of opportunities out there for your children to have fun and be active this summer. East Las Vegas Community Center is just one of several locations where there are still spots open.
We have some openings at Doolittle, we have some openings at East Las Vegas, we have some openings at Stupac. Our adaptive camp still has openings, and we have openings at Mirabelli as well.
Camps sure have changed since the days of arts and crafts and hanging out on a playground. The city of Las Vegas has come up with so many different types of activities to keep campers entertained. From learning to garden in the desert, to dancing at all levels, to camps for teens that take them out on field trips to exciting destinations. They're called teen adventure camps.
Typically they'll go on one all-day field trip a week, and then depending on the site, they travel sometimes 2 half-days a week, sometimes 1 half-day a week. They do great things. They go on raft trips, they learn about kayaking, they do indoor skydiving.
And camps in the city are not just for the older kids, there's something for everyone.
We have camp at all of our centers in addition to adaptive recreation as well. So we have 7 summer camp locations throughout the valley. Every age, not every site has every camp, but we do have camp available for kids starting at 3 and moving all the way through 15.
Mary says there's no limit to what the programmers will come up with to keep things fresh and current. In fact, this year, all the camps will be implementing one of the city's values, kindness.
Well, we have a lot of really gifted programmers in our department, and they're a little crazy. So they come up with lots of really fun stuff. They do theme weeks. We're also doing this summer, all through the summer, Camp Kindness. So really focusing on pushing and helping kids to learn about different ways that they can be good citizens and be good people.
So now you know the answer to the age-old complaint by many of our kids when summer rolls around and they say, there's nothing to do. Sign them up for camp and let them discover the fun.
For more information on camps, times, locations, and fees, you can go to LasVegasParksandRec.com. There still is some financial assistance available to those who qualify if you're worried about being able to afford to send your child or your children to camp. Well, from children to those who are young at heart, if you ever thought that life slows down as you age, well, we're about to prove you wrong, at least not our seniors at our senior centers. Case in point, for nearly 30 years, the staff at Las Vegas Senior Center has been throwing a birthday party for residents 90 years or older. We stopped by and we found out the secret to aging gracefully is friends, laughter, and sharing some great stories.
It was like finding your way into a secret speakeasy, and once inside, there were dancers, flappers with flasks, and a room filled with shine, glitter, and beautiful people dining with friends. The theme of this 27th annual 90-plus birthday bash was mobsters and malls. Like every year, organizers here at the Las Vegas Senior Center go all out.
But this year is the 1920s Mobsters and Mall, hence my lovely outfit. But last year we did the 1960s, we've done magic, the year of the anniversary of Las Vegas and all that, we did a theme for Las Vegas. We've done everything, masquerade ball, all sorts of different.
Theme may change each year, but what stays the same is the staff here wants these residents from in and around the city of Las Vegas to know they are treasured.
It's a way to honor the citizens who have lived such a good life, and they have so many stories to share and so much to give to us that we want to honor them.
All I needed to do was sit down with a few of the honorees to quickly realize the honor was really all ours. Their stories fill the heart, like Leila McClendon, 103 years old. She says she moved here from Texas but feels right at home.
Since '62. And I love it. And I've been here pretty soon after that.
Leila was one of 9 siblings. Her 93-year-old baby sister is the only one still alive besides her. It was her birth that remains one of Leila's fondest memories.
I bathed her the next morning after her birth. I was 10 years old. And I bathed that 4-pound baby girl. We were a big family. And of course the doctor left the home when the baby came. Next morning I bathed her.
And meet Wally and Carmel. He's 93, she's a little younger. He's from the United Kingdom, but fate brought him to Las Vegas some 30 years ago.
One of the nice things that happened was becoming an American citizen. No reflection on my birth country, but it's a lot more free from the class distinction here than it was. And of course I met my gorgeous wife, Carmel. Yeah.
He walked into the restaurant where I was working as a hostess, and him and the 6 other gentlemen that I didn't understand the way they talked because they had this accent. And I thought it was charming to hear him talk. Yeah.
The rest, as they say, is history. They discovered they had a lot in common, some good, some sad.
Yeah.
We've both been married before. Both our spouses died with cancer, so.
Yeah, I was married 34 and a half years with the children's father. Yeah, then he died of cancer, lung cancer. And then a year to the day, the week that would have made it a year that my husband had died, Wally walks into this restaurant, and I met him.
Well, how blessed to have found each other, right?
That's right. Sorry.
That's okay.
I feel very, very blessed and lucky.
This party is meant to be for these residents who have reached their golden years. But as you listen to their stories of life beginning with the bathing of a baby sister, or life ending with the former spouses of Wally and Carmel, or a second chance in life with their meeting in a restaurant, you realize this party is not just for them. It's for those of us who get to hear the memories they graciously share.
I know personally for me, it is the highlight of my year. I love doing this event. I love serving the seniors, and I love being able to give them this opportunity. Many of them never come out. I mean, this is one of the few times a year that they come out and socialize, and they get to socialize with their peers that they don't always get to meet with.
You might have recognized Nate Tannenbaum from 8 News Now. Good day. He says this event is so special to him, he's been emceeing it for more than 20 years. Well, speaking of years ticking by, I have been working for the city of Las Vegas for 14 years now, and it's one of the most rewarding jobs I've ever had. The people, the environment, the work itself make getting up and coming into City Hall a real pleasure. Now, we all watched as during the recession, hiring was put on hold, but we're back in the business of hiring. So we thought we'd go to the Human Resources Department and give you some tips on how you can find out what jobs are available and how to put your best foot forward to land that job.
Most people think of a city government job as a desk job, and while many in the city work in front of a computer, there are many others who rarely sit at a desk. There are streets to be swept, emergencies to respond to, parks to protect, communities to enhance and beautify, and community and senior centers to man. And that's just to name a few of the jobs that must be filled in order for the city to continue to build community to make life better. So if you are interested in a job with the city, how do you put your best foot forward to hear these magic words?
Welcome to the city and congratulations in your new position here. I have some documents that I need you to complete for me.
Well, you can start by staying on top of what jobs are available. There's a complete list on the city's website, lasvegasnevada.gov/jobs, but there are other places you can look as well.
We are active on social media, so as our jobs post, we are on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and if you want instant notifications, you can text LV Jobs to 468311.
Couture says texting has the advantage of immediacy.
Some of our job postings are limited, so if you wanted to apply for a position that is one of our hot jobs, by being on the text message alerts, you'll be instantly notified so that you can put your application in and be one of the first to be considered.
Of course, there are always available jobs posted in City Hall as well, so you can always take the old-fashioned route and stop by to check out the positions. If you do apply, a resume is appreciated, but be very meticulous about the application process.
The application's actually what's going to give you the opportunity for the next step in the process. So while you're able to attach a resume to your application, the most important information you can provide is within that application itself. Certain positions that do require testing, we do put that information on our job announcement, and the information you provide in your answers within your application is actually what's going to be used to move you forward to that next step.
Once you apply, be patient. It can take weeks to get a call back depending on the job and how many applications must be screened. The goal of Human Resources and every department is to make sure the fit is right so that this is not just a job, it's a career.
One of the common mistakes they see is people coming in here, whether to look at the job board or maybe to even come in and test for a particular job, and not dressing appropriately. Shorts and flip-flops. They say you should always dress professionally because you just never know who you might bump into. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to take you to a demolition ceremony aimed at helping our homeless. Stay with us.
Our family is no less than any other family.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it here. So what are you waiting for? Just go to the site.
Welcome back to City Beat from the KCLV TV studios. Well, the next phase of the Courtyard Homeless Resource Center is underway. Sue Levitt was there as crews began a demolition process to make way for the new project.
The roof of this old building comes down to make way for a permanent courtyard that will offer a range of services to the homeless in our city.
Today is the start of something really special as we continue to meet the needs of our community. We're hopeful that this new model will be beneficial and we will see an impact in helping our homeless get off the streets and back into a life of self-value and worth, and in part, helping society.
For almost a year, this has been the site of a temporary courtyard. Those in need have been coming here to receive anything from showers to help getting a job. And in the short time the courtyard has been here, the city has been able to get over 1,000 people off the street and into permanent housing.
Just imagine what we can do when we get to that sustained level of effort, when we get that coordinated navigation happening.
Better coordination among service providers is the goal of the permanent courtyard that will be set up in this area of the city known as the Corridor of Hope. It's an area where there is widespread street homelessness.
We will be putting in a lot of the ability to have all the mobile medical things that we have now intermittently be here very consistently. And we'll be building our day room, which is multi-purpose. So if it's inclement weather, instead of having outdoor sleeping, we can move folks in. We will be putting in eventually permanent showers, permanent toilets. Right now everything is mobile. Primarily what we'll be putting in phase one is service space so that service providers can come in and work with individuals who are seeking help.
The courtyard will be right here in this area off of Four-Master and Las Vegas Boulevard. Eventually, this apartment complex behind me is going to come down, along with some of the other surrounding structures, to make room for the new facility that will be a one-stop shop to help the homeless.
We are foremost a triage, help you figure out what you need if you're experiencing homelessness. We are a navigation center. We just added a psychiatrist this week because we have a lot of behavioral health issues. And I could give someone a bus token and expect them to get across town, or I can have that assessment happening right here at the facility to ensure that they get what they need when they need it.
The courtyard is expected to take about 2 years to complete, and while construction is underway, services will still be provided to the homeless on the property right next door.
We are optimistic enough to believe that we will really make significant progress towards ending homelessness.
For City Beat, I'm Sue Levitt.
Our courtyard is actually modeled after a similar center in San Antonio, Texas. When Texas opened up their center, they had about 738 people who were homeless. After just a couple of years, that number was down to 200. We are hoping for the same results here in Las Vegas, if not better. Thank you, Sue Levitt, for that story. One of the reasons we're here in the KCLV TV studios is because a lot of great work comes out of this TV station. In fact, we were recently nominated for 2 Emmys. On the last City Beat, we shared with you one of the stories nominated, called Chief for a Day. On this City Beat, we'd like to share the other one. It is a story surrounding the concept and construction of the Healing Garden in downtown Las Vegas. It was shot and edited by Eric Sorensen and produced by Sue Levitt.
Here on the corner of Casino Center in Charleston, what used to be an empty dirt lot is now filled with volunteers coming together from all over our city.
It's to help us heal, help Las Vegas heal, help the city just heal. We all need healing in some way, and this is going to be a way that we can give back to that. That's exactly what it's for.
Daniel and Jay are both owners of Stone Rose Landscaping. Monday, after the tragic event on the Strip, they met for breakfast to map out their work week, but just couldn't go on like normal, so they came up with an idea.
Daniel and I sat down at a table with a napkin and scribbled this out, and it's basically a real simple garden.
Jay took his idea to our city attorney, who happens to be one of his good friends.
This is literally where it started. I'm going to lay stuff out. I hope as best as possible. But this is what Jay brought to us at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday.
It's got a wall that we're going to create out of pallets where people can write messages and attach it to the wall. It's going to have a central tree in the middle of it, the Tree of Life. It turns out Siegfried and Roy donated the tree for us, so we have a beautiful tree for that. It's going to have 58 trees that'll be planted, one for each victim of this tragedy.
And by 4 o'clock that afternoon, it was sketched out on a cocktail napkin, so to speak, and approved and done.
And that next morning I called every contractor, everybody in town I know, and they're all here.
By early Wednesday morning, construction was underway.
We lost a dear friend in my office and a personal friend as well. And I know from my own perspective to be out here and be in this is great. I can only imagine all the other people and how they feel as well. This is a healing project. It's the best of the city of Las Vegas.
It didn't take long for people living in the area to take notice.
A tree being planted is a whole different thing for us.
What did you think?
I just wanted to stop and take a picture of life being planted in a time like this.
Cafecito? Cafe?
With all the energy and the love going on here, I had to be part of it. So today I handed out 25 cups of coffee.
I'll make another pot when it's done. Thank you, my man.
Each day, the crowd of volunteers grew.
What happened on Sunday just struck so close to home. It was just right in our backyard. I just wanted to do our part for the community. I'm gonna come here like every time I see it. I'm gonna be really proud that I helped out.
From UNLV students to babies, everyone was welcome and came out to help.
Man, she's adorable. How old?
She's 4 months.
How adorable.
Yeah.
That's great. Talk about raising them right, huh?
When Jay said we're going to do this all with private donations, we're not going to charge you for the labor or charge you for anything. My whole company, we're taking off the week to do this project. And he said, we have Star Nursery. Then he called up and said we had Moon Valley. Then he called up and said it was Siegfried and Roy donating the Tree of Life. Then we have Ewing doing the irrigation. And then we had, and the list goes on and on and on. And today, just a few moments ago, the Love Store next door bought pizzas for everybody. This is what's going on. This is just about as organic and genuine as it comes.
There should be someone laying around.
By Friday morning, things were really taking shape with the help of hundreds working nonstop for 3 days straight to make sure the garden would be ready to open Friday evening.
Wow. Oh, that is this Friday. Wow. That just gave me all the chills. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, City of Las Vegas.
And just in time for First Friday, the garden was ready to be dedicated.
Usually when I'm speaking at an event, I'm dressed in a suit, but today I'm wearing the clothes I wore all day or for most of this week, working in the amazing garden you see behind you.
Hundreds of people came out to walk through the garden and to visit the Remembrance Wall, paying respect to those who lost their lives. Each of the 58 trees had a single white balloon flown above. Therapy dogs were flown in from around the country and have been visiting schools, first responders, hospitals, and now here tonight for the Healing Park dedication to lend emotional support to our city. It was a night to remember, one we will never forget.
These were beautiful people who came here to enjoy a festival. And a festival of life and music and happiness. And that will never leave this place. We will always be that place. We will always be caring. We will always be full of love. If there is hatred, it will not be tolerated in this community. Thank you. Thank you for this magnificent garden.
Now that the garden is complete and has been dedicated, just a few last final touches. Eventually, this beautiful heart-shaped planter in the center of the garden will be lined with tiles with messages and drawings from people in our community. The tiles and everything about this garden will be a constant reminder of how our community pulled together with strength and unity at such a tragic time. For City Beat, I'm Sue Levitt.
The building of that garden was not only healing to all of us here in Las Vegas, it showed the world that we really are a community. Thank you, Sue Levitt and Eric Sorensen, for that story. We'll find out June 16th if either one of those stories turns into an Emmy Award. You know, we're no stranger to Emmys here at Channel 2. In fact, we've won 2 Emmys in the past for half-hour specials that we have produced, and we've been nominated about a dozen times just in the last few years. We want to thank you for joining us for this edition of City Beat, and we will see you next time around.